Good morning. Welcome back. Our next presenter is Larry Warren. Now, I think that most of you in the room probably know Larry, but briefly, we last had him here 10 years ago, a couple of years after the publication of his groundbreaking book, Left at Eastgate. Now, a lot of stuff has happened, and over the years, more and more witnesses to the Rendlesham incident have come forward. But the reason that anybody knows anything about it at all is Larry, okay? Larry blew the whistle, and Larry wrote the book. And we're going to get a chance to hear from him again this morning with another overview, injecting all of the new material. And later on, he'll be joined by Gary Hasseltine, who is going to add another little bit of pieces to the puzzle. So it's going to be a great ride. Please welcome Larry Warren.
How are you, brother? Good morning. Thank you. Good morning, everybody. You awake? Oh. You know, Jimi Hendrix opened the last day of Woodstock in the morning. So let's see if I can light a fire under your butts today, just like he did. Man. Anyway, you know, it is an honor to be here. This is absolutely unexpected. I came out here to help build this show, hang out with some good brothers like Ron Williams, who lost his dear wife, Dee, but she's still around, and hang out with this great crew, the Browns, all of you. I have run into friends I haven't seen in many years. Some of them are part of this black hole Disneyland thing called Rendlesham Forest. And it's been an honor. It's been unexpected, and I didn't come thinking I'd be doing this. So let's see if I can bring you up to date on what is probably the most vital military UFO incident in history. That's no offense to Roswell, but this one, we're still here, most of us, and we can take it to court. The young end of this case, the low end, I mean, I was 19 when this happened, and we're rolling on 50. So the only thing I ever tried to do was keep it alive. It's come and gone. Researchers, I have 27 years this year as a public person, which I did not seek out in this field for the sole purpose of picking up chicks. No. What it really was about was keeping this thing alive when even the UFO community didn't want to. Or they had their fill, or they wrote their books and went off to whatever else, the next case. This isn't a case, it's a story of human beings that started a work day or were a certain age and were never the same again, ever. It's not the Larry Warren story, but I was the only guy you could go to because everyone else was kind of had other things to do. Again, it's an honor to be here and speak for the Browns, for you, see old friends, to help build this thing. And I know some changes are coming, but Bob needs a rest. So support what the new direction is, because the good tradition will continue. Again, I'm very honored you all woke up early. Ron Williams and I have been sharing a room with a ghost or an alien or some weird thing. Yeah. You wouldn't believe this thing, turning lights on, I don't know. Why would a ghost be in a casino? But it is. There's something really bad, so we haven't slept good. Ron goes, when you leave, brother, tomorrow, I'm going to check it out 7 hours before I'm supposed to go. Let's get on with this thing. December 1980, and I'm going to assume all of you know about Rendlesham to one degree or another. It used to be called Bentwaters, but the English got a hold of it and called it Rendlesham, and now that's what it is. Who knew? We didn't know the name of this forest. It was a 3-night event. I've said that for nearly 30 years. I've seen it changed, I've seen it condensed, I've seen my story changed, I've seen that I changed my story. You know what happens to witnesses in this stuff. Well, I never changed my story, ever. I wrote one book. Here it is. We got ripped off on it, but a lot of people read it. It was the Times of London bestseller. Wasn't about the money. I put more into it than I'll ever see. We just wanted what we earned. I used to be real pissed off about this thing, and as I get older, I don't want a heart attack over it, but I want to still be a solution, part of the solution. This is the real deal. This is not a made-up thing, a lighthouse, a cart on fire with burning cow manure. That was last summer. That came out. Yeah, they keep going. You know, they think the public are stupid. And now I would have to say worldwide this thing is known by just the general public. I mean, they know. If you do not know about these events, sadly this morning you're going to really not get a chance to hear what I went through. You're to yourself to check it out. Buy this book. That's the only version I got to support because I wrote it with Peter Robbins. Steal this book. Go to your library and check it out. Support your local library. But read it. And to the detractors that I've seen hit, you know, the internet, back in the old days, it was, I knew what I was getting into with this. Betty Andreasen said, oh, you're going to catch a world of shit. Well, she was right. But someone had to do it. And it just, unfortunately, or fortunately, was me to keep it alive. Funny enough, if I'm anything, I'm an advocate for witnesses to this phenomenon, not just the guys at Rendlesham Forest. Many are waiting in the wings now to come forward. A lot of things are happening. But this is a very fractious pursuit. Everyone has their own views. We're all human beings. We have different backgrounds, different experiences in life. But if I'm anything, and if I'm remembered as anything, when I check out, take the dirt nap, hello? That's that ghost. What I hope I'm remembered for is that I stood up for the people that did not have the ability to do what I'm doing and what other people. I'm not a researcher. Never wanted to be one. What happened to me is not a case. It was an experience. Never lied about it. Never made money on it. Ever. Never. I mean, you know, we don't make money in this stuff. It is what it is, so let's roll. Happy birthday, Janet, you devil. I want to just say that. She knows who she is. When I was a kid in the 70s in high school, and we have our high school reunion this year, our 30th, and I'm seeing how old everybody looks on the internet there. Shocks me because I think of them as then. I was the type guy in school, I'm not a real big guy, but I was a guy that go after bullies. I was a bully killer. And I don't like that in life. I don't like people getting rat-packed and all that. And I was very honored to see people that maybe didn't have a great time in high school who did. Rah-rah. No. I was in rock bands. It was Cheech and Chong days, baby. It was good. It's the truth, man, you know. We lived. And I've been very honored to get emails like, you know, I was overweight or I couldn't play football and I couldn't do this. That's all they're going to do with this reunion, talk about the big game in '78. I missed that. I was at a keg party in the woods. But they say, I've heard this, thank you, you're always good to me, you know, and that's real nice to hear. And I think that kind of trait in me kind of stood up, kind of carried on into my young life. You know, when you're 19, if you have children, you know everything. You don't know nothing. But I don't like bullies. And some real heavy bullies got involved in this thing I'm going to tell you about. 3 nights of events, December 1980. Christmas time. First night, 3 guys go out. John Burroughs, Ed Cabanas, and Jim Peniston. I'm not going to go into all this. This is for them to talk about, and it's about time they get up here and start doing it. Earn it. They had an amazing experience. You can research it, check it out. These people are now starting to talk, thank God. Jim Peniston saw something, symbols. I mean, I paint. I started when I was 40, and I do little preliminaries. But here's a picture, a preliminary I did based on symbols that Jim Peniston drew. There's nothing I ever saw. So somebody tell me, what was the date of the first night's event? No, you're out. What was the date of the first night's event? Okay, here's another one. We're in a casino. Let's do this. It's like Wheel of Fortune. Who was our wing commander on RAF Bentwaters?